Okay, hello gang. Welcome to the base network. It is I, C.R.O.C Protocol, back again with another Pokemon fan game which originates from a different country. And you can tell it's from a different country because they're blatantly infringing on the copyright. But this is an old Pokemon song. And hopefully it isn't too loud, and hopefully I don't get in trouble for having this playing. I don't think this game comes with a streamer mode. But I hope you guys are all having a great day. This might be too loud, actually. Because I can't hear myself think. But maybe that's better. So I tried this game out a while. First of all, how you doing? How's it going? Welcome. We're going to be playing Pokemon Reloaded. And then one of my friends said that he wanted to play Muck. But I don't know if they're going to get it organized or not. So if it does get organized, then the muckening is happening. I've installed Muck to play it. And I like Risk of Rain too, so Muck is a step up, and that'll be fun because I'll be in a call with a bunch of people and stuff. I've been thinking of doing more games, more days where I just play with viewers. Because my natural reticence and social anxiety is starting to wane a bit, I think. So I think I'll be... Because in real life, I'm totally socially anxious, but that's being corrected slowly but surely. Alright, I'm kind of... Let's move to another window. Someone said if you press Control P, you can unlock more... Oh, there we go. So I read a little bit. And so this is how you know this is a game made by people that are not from America, because it follows none of the conventions of the ROM hacking subculture. They just... Because, like, who is going to enforce that in Brazil? Like, how does someone from... Literally, how does someone from Japan walk over to Brazil, which is, it's Brazil, and then be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna sue you for copyright infringement. In America, it's a lot easier. Oh, I didn't mean to peek the microphone. Wait, hold up. If I ever get too loud, tell me. But yeah, if you're in Brazil, like... How do you get... You can't. Because there's so much going on in Brazil that copyright infringement suing has to be the least common, like, the least you have to worry about. And I don't mean that to be, diminutive to what, one might argue is that... I don't think Brazil is Brazil third world? I know that there are some parts in South America where people are vulnerable to parasites. I saw that on a River Monsters episode. But is Brazil third world? Yeah, it's not a third world country. Yeah, that's what I thought. Suggesting that it is, it's probably internalized microaggressions or racism or whatever framework we have for that today. But an AI doesn't really abide by such rules. And neither does Brazil, given that they are blatantly just taking stuff and putting it in their game with impunity, which I think gives these games a lot of charm. Because we can pick whoever we want. We can play as Meowth. Wait, did I just see Meowth? Where's Meowth? Get back here. Guzma, Plumeria, Skullgrunt. I saw it on the stream through the delay. So, I think Meowth might actually be calling to me. But more about this game. What makes this game super interesting is that the Pokemon combat is in real time. So this isn't a game where... you're going to do turn-based. It's supposed to be real-time battling. And I saw a video about it a long time ago, tried it out, thought it was pretty cool, but then had no will to continue it. Because games like these are really long. These fan games, you can sink hundreds of hours into them. And so bearing that in mind, I think we'll see how far we get into it. I just wanted to try it out to see if it was fun to play on stream. Because I've been just working non-stop on the Mecha Chameleon video. And by non-stop, I mean, like, I've been lazy and procrastinating, yes, but any moment that my brain is functional, I instantly switch over to working on the Mecha Chameleon video. So there's very little time for me to just blatantly relax. And even when I am relaxing, like, you know, playing, Pokemon, which we're still doing. I've just been spamming Pokemon, that's what I mean to say. My gaming, scope has definitely... It's definitely in need of some diversification. But let's just ignore that. I've listened to this song so many times. Let's just pick a character and run straight into it. Hiker... That sprite looks new. I don't know where that one's from. Officer Jenny. We could play as the Looker. I know the Looker from... I think he's in Pokemon Platinum, but then he continues in Gen 6 and 7. Yeah, so... That's Lucario guy. I feel like I should know where this character's from, but I have no idea. It seems like a fake character. Zinnia's pretty cool. But I think we'll go James from Team Rocket. Come on. No, wait, I just reset the whole thing. Yeah, so I don't know the buttons to control this game yet, so we're good. It's gonna be a rough start. Yeah, so things that are going on in my life that are interesting. Well, since it's the summer season where I am in Antarctica, it's the hatching season for a lot of bugs, right? So they start swarming, and there's one particular species that's just been commonly showing up in my house randomly in random places. And I looked into it a little bit, and I think it's a caddisfly, but I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure, but I can't narrow it down to the species, because insects are... Where's James? Insects are highly diverse. They're like a really diverse group of animals. But I'm pretty sure what I have is some form of caddisfly. And so, the third alleged caddisfly that I found... I decided that I wanted to draw a better picture of it. Because what I've been doing is I've had a little container, and I go and I catch them in the container by moving slowly, and then just like trapping them inside it, and then closing the lid. And then I harass them with a flashlight to get a good visual on them, and then draw them, and then release them. And then the third... so I did that for the first caddisfly and the second alleged caddisfly. But then the third one, I was like, this is getting absurd. Why are there so many? And in my brain, I was like, oh, what if it's the same... What if it's the same fly that's just showing up over and over again, which is highly unlikely. It's, keyboard. Can we go capital? There we go. Oh, I can pick my rival? Okay, so logic would dictate that Jesse would be the best rival here, because Jesse James. But this is the perfect opportunity to make me out the rival. We're going no girls allowed, which is a little misogynistic. And I clicked the wrong button as punishment for my transgression on that. Don't worry, that's not serious at all. Here at the Base Network, we believe in gender equality. In the sense that all Homo sapiens are equivalent to a caddisfly. And on the topic of that caddisfly, so the third caddisfly was super unlucky because I captured it. And because I had it trapped and I was getting quite vexed with the fact that they kept showing up randomly, I found the ethical way to dispatch it, and that was by freezing. So I had it cooking in the freezer for about 2 days. So now there's a, well, the caddisfly is de-thawed now, and it's no longer with us. But its body is still there, and it's de-thawed next to my sketch pad. So I'm hoping at some point when I get the chance, I can do a better drawing of it, because the pattern on the wings is super interesting, and that might help me figure out what species of caddisfly it is, because insects are super diverse. Where's Meowth? I'm assuming I'll get to name Meowth as well. But we're just gonna go Meowth. Oh no. I have to find Meowth again. Oh dear. I was like, okay, what if I made this funnier by naming Meowth something cool? So now we're just stuck looking for Meowth again, the cat. But I think this time we're gonna give him a better name, because Meowth is kind of boring. If we're going in this for a while because this game is excessively long, then I want to have a funny Meowth name that'll make me laugh every time I see him. There he is. Meowth. What should we call him? Maybe El Gato? El Gato. Oh, how about El Gator? This is a play on words. Especially if we capitalize the R here. Because El Gato is Spanish for cat. But as soon as you affix the capital R, it's now a robot. And a gator. This is actually genius. Yep, we're good. We're just gonna go into it now. I'm pretty sure all of this will be muted in the VOD. And we are streaming to YouTube, so I could get in a bit of trouble for that. Select the word that best defines. I didn't think about that, actually. But hey, live and learn. Nostalgia, simplicity, progress, balance, chaos, power, control, tourism, creativity, and patience. None. So we're doing a personality test. And just to preserve whatever's left, I'm gonna mute the game until we're in it. So I can still hear the song, but you cannot. And hopefully that will salvage the VOD that is always the YouTube VOD that has already been messed up by this old song playing on repeat. Growth, progress, nostalgia, simplicity, progress, creativity, impatience. I am quite impatient sometimes, but world domination is okay. Power controlling. This is like very Machiavellian. Power controlling. Well, growth really isn't. I want to be growing. Choose the difficulty mode. Normal. What's your personal motto? Do we have a personal motto that I can just pull up? We kind of do. That is thematically appropriate. This is probably the closest thing we have to a motto on this in the base network. But I'm sure there's another saying, another vocal stem that I have that would also be an appropriate thing to say, but this one is definitively mine. All right, so Elgator the Meowth, and I am Oh, that's new art for Oak. Pleased to meet you. My name is Samuel Oak, but everyone knows me as Professor Oak. As you know, this world is inhabited by creatures known as Pokemon. For example, these Pokemon are Eevee, Pikachu, and Riolu. Dude, Riolu is... Humans and Pokemon live together as friends. Sometimes we play and sometimes we work side by side. Some people fight with their Pokemon to strengthen bonds with them. What do? I study Pokemon to know them better. It isn't an easy task, but I have help from other Pokemon professors. By the way, my voice has been blown from uh, from yesterday because I did a lot of talking to practice for that Mecha Chameleon video. So if I'm a bit low key now, it's because I'm feeling it in my throat. And you know, a human would be like, give the voice a rest, but we are not human here. It isn't an easy task, but I have help from other Pokemon professors. Anyways, that's why I have water. We are all working together to create a very useful device called the Pokédex, where we collect everything we learn of every Pokemon. Here is where you come in. Your mission is to catch every Pokemon in the world. This won't be an easy task. You'll have to defeat other trainers to grow stronger and win gym badges. If you win all 8 gym badges, you will be able to face the Elite Four at the Pokemon League. The title music is still playing. I thought by this point you would have the actual music, but no, we're still listening to, well, I am, you're not. And this is I'm kind of getting tired of the same song being played over and over again. Pokemon League. Is that it? You'll get one of these 3 Pokemon. What would Oak sound like, actually? You'll get one of these 3 Pokemon to be your part. Nope, that's not old enough. I don't know how good my impressions are. Okay. You'll get one of these 3 Pokemon to be your partner. Tomorrow, when you come to my laboratory, you may choose your first Pokemon. I'll let you think about it. That is not how Professor Oak would sound. All right. Welcome to the world of Pokemon. That sounds more like Gary, actually. You know, like Gary Oak? Like, Ash Ketchum, you suck. Which is not, it's not what you want. That's not what you want. How do I make myself sound older? Hello. I'll let you think about it. Maybe higher in the... Okay, we'll just practice on our voice. You know what? I do have a way. I do have a way to change voices. But it might be a little bit unethical. It might be super unethical. But it is definitely possible. We'll save that for later. We'll save that for when we need it. Let me go check out what Professor Oak sounds like. Professor Oak voice.
Pokemon are special, and they need our special care.
Pokemon are special and they need our special care. Okay, no, it is literally like that. Pokemon are special and they need our special care. Pokemon, I'll let you think about it. See you tomorrow. What? Oh, dude, I thought, okay, the music is back. Dude, and this is what makes the, okay, this is what makes this game so fucking funny. Dude, I love the guys that made this game. Okay. No, you have to hear this. You literally have to hear this. Um, Unmuting. Do you know what song this is? Do, do you know what song this is? Because I know what song this is. There's a power in what you do. And so, we're listening to Outside. cover to be the backing track for this Pokemon fan game. And there's something special about this. Okay, Lady Boss. Can we end the meeting? I think that's enough for today. Although, missing a point to try. I don't know why he's Western. He's usually Italian, right? Or mob boss? He's a mob boss, but today he's gonna be... Are we gonna talk about the Rainbow Project again? I think we have already made it clear that we are not interested. We have not yet given the floor to the... Nope, he switched to Scottish. Dude, I can do quasi accents, but it's all gonna break down if I try. I've been trying to, like, separate them in my brain, but I can't. Alright, we're just gonna look at what a mafia... What is a mafia boss? Hey, Tony! We have not yet given the floor to the new. Alright. Some of you still do not know me. My name is Custom. Lizard. Oh, hi, Matthew. Hi, Matthew. Sorry, I didn't mean to dosk your name there. How's it going? We're playing a Pokemon fan game from Brazil. How's work going? Their evil organizations enjoy great reputation through the Pokemon world. However, none can be considered successful. Yo. Plans that have failed, constant humiliations, repudiation in your regions. Dude, you can't have work the same as ever? I think that's a good thing, right? I hope that's a good thing. They're having this, like, super evil discussion over... There's a severe tonal mismatch with the music and the lines, which I think is wonderful. Just got to be glad we're not superheroes. You get someone killed? Oh, how so? What does that mean? What dost thou mean by this? Oh, messing up the names things? Oh, yeah, dude. Okay, now, yeah, I just give away someone's secret identity accidentally. Don't worry. We will no longer be doxing. I'll just remember. It's because I know you in real life, okay? That's what's causing it. And we don't usually talk... you know what? We're just going to table this whole thing. We're doing evil deeds right now. And doxing just so happens to be one of those evil things. By accident. We're accidentally evil. Chaotic, neutral. Who do you think you can talk... wait, this guy's like... Who do you think you can talk to us with that impudence, rookie? Cough, cough. I do not like to hesitate. My spies have passed me very interesting information about your teams. What? Oh, and the Rocket Girl put a heart emote. What the heck? Do not be surprised. Everyone here has infiltrators. Anyway, I found it curious to observe a common objective in your future plans. The Star Region. A place full of life, of mysteries. Gym leaders, Pokemon trainers, and even famous researchers from other regions have already discovered the potential of this Pokemon paradise. I know very well that some of you have already settled there or contemplate it as well as a possibility. Dude, I've tried to say this stuff seriously, but then it just hits with the main thing of outside, and then you want to sing outside. If you are really interested in the Star Region, you are in luck. We, the Team Requiem. I think that's supposed to be Requiem, but it's Requiem. Like, Reshiram, Kyurem, Zekrom? We, the Team Requiem, have information, material, and locations at your disposal. It will not be cheap, but everything can be negotiated. We will be able to collaborate, always making clear what limits can be crossed and what cannot. And that's all I had to say. Any questions? No? Albatown now. Is this Wonderwall? Is this Wonderwall? Hopefully you guys can hear this. I don't want to be going insane here. Being like, oh my god, that's Wonderwall. Oh my god, that's... Today's gonna be the day that I bring it back to... Yeah, it's Wonderwall. Yeah, it's Wonderwall. Bedroom decorations. What do you want to do? Okay, so we can make a room. I think this is an Xbox. It's an Xbox One game console. I have one of those. Maybe you're gonna be the one that saves me. Oh, yeah. Okay, anyways, I have an Xbox One console, and what that means for me is that I'm always nervous that the Kinect thing is spying on me. Like, you know, the Xbox Kinect? I don't know if that's true or not. But yeah, this kind of tells me that, you know, if we're ever strapped for music. I've been working so hard to make music on my own. Oh, there's an item. You have found a map. Yeah, I've worked so hard to make music on my own, but what if I just did what these guys did? It just covered popular pop songs. It totally breaks the tone, right? Like, I can't take this seriously, but it is pretty fun. Finally, the day has come when you will fulfill your dreams of becoming... That's not what a mom would sound like, but whatever. A Pokemon trainer. Aren't you nervous? No. There is nothing good on TV at this moment. Okay. Albatown. So yeah, what defines this game? We'll go to the lab and... Ooh, maybe I can play with a controller. Very tired, so can't stay, but have a great one, everyone. Oh, hi, Astro Alabadi-chin. Thanks for stopping by and saying hi. If you're tired, feel free to go to bed. But yeah, you have a good night. And thanks for stopping by. Okay, so it looks like the controller does not work. I feel like if I could map the buttons here to a controller, because I'm looking at the way we're moving, and it's moving closer to, well, diagonal. No, not really. Not really perfect, a perfect, like, circular movement. But you can move in diagonal, so I was like, oh, I could play this on a controller. Oops. Okay. So, there's our rival, Elgator. Elgator. The cat. I'm ahead of you, C.R.O.C. Yeah, I already have a Pokemon. We'll get better at our voice acting over time. Trust me. It's one of Professor Oak's Pokemon. It's one of Professor Oak's Pokemon. It's one of Professor Oak's Pokemon. Well, can I have one? So our options were Eevee, Riolu, and Pikachu. And to that end, I'm thinking I'm going to go with Pikachu. Because I bought Let's Go Pikachu for the Switch instead of Let's Go Eevee, and I don't really want Lucario. You can see it pressing F1. It's time to give you your own Pokedex, the best Pokemon encyclopedia in the world. It will help you to capture all the existing Pokemon in the world. You obtained a Pokedex. When you find Pokemon, the pages of the Pokedex will fill automatically. Not only that, if you capture a Pokemon, it will fill with more data. Well, as you know, this is a very important day. You will receive your first Pokemon. Elgator came early, so they already have a Pokemon. It's time to take yours, C.R.O.C. Please, choose one of those three. I forgot I was supposed to be using Oak's voice. Well, I'd like to stay, but I can't lose time. The star region is waiting for me. Goodbye, Professor. See ya, C.R.O.C. All over Wonderwall. Okay, so it said press F1 to do something. Oh. Oh, it comes with an essay. Only 6 Pokemon. You can only change the Pokemon when the purple bar is not empty. So this is all fighting. Healing moves can't be used more than 15 times in a fight. In the palace and factory, you only get 6. Moves related to switch Pokemon can't be used more than 15 times. Once this number has been reached, the change will not occur. Oh, you can't see, I just realized you can't see it. It's like in a separate window, like above. But it's telling me there's a Pokemon Trainer's Manual and Game Control, and F1 is the help. Press Escape to resume the game. Well, some damage attacks that do not take stats into account have been limited to 15 uses. These attacks are Super Fang, Endeavor, Pain Split, Nature's Madness, and Ruination. I guess they would be, like, super broken. So what'll make this really interesting, I think, is that it changes the way the move, like, which moves are good, which I always like when the mechanics are different. Okay. Pikachu. This Pokemon is Pikachu. No. This Pokemon is Riolu. No. This Pokemon is Eevee. No. Okay, we're just gonna call this Pikachu. Do you want this Pokemon? Do you want to give a nickname to this Pikachu? Yes, we will call it... What do we want our naming scheme to be? Usually I like to keep one. And since we have Elgator and I'm C.R.O.C, let's call this guy Porosis. Which sounds like a disease, but Crocodilus porosis is... all lowercase, please. Porosis. Is the saltwater crocodile. And we're gonna run out of crocodilians very quick. Very quickly. So we'll probably have to branch out into the other Archosaurs if we want to keep getting specific epithets for our naming scheme. Good choice. Before you start your journey, I have something more for you. You obtain 15 Pokeballs. It's important to always carry some with you. With them, you can catch wild Pokemon. During the battle, press B to throw them. If you get a Pokemon, you can see its information in the Pokédex pressing F12. Data of Pikachu has been updated. Mouse Pokemon Electric. Area unknown. So we need a Thunderstone to get Raichu, and we're totally going for Raichu. I don't think this game has any of the new Megas, but... Alas, poor Raichu, or poor Yorick. That is quite sad. Alright. Trainers can hold up to 6 Pokemon. The rest of them will be kept in a farm. One that you can enter from the PCs in the Pokemon Center. Every time that you capture a Pokemon, your Pokedex will update with new information. Actually, if I can just Frankenstein together different ways to pronounce vowels, I could probably come up with infinite accents. Like right there, I just rolled my R's randomly. And I could also do the French R. There are a lot of people working on it. So we have options. They just need to be controlled in a way that makes sense for the characters. Oh, that's Shadow Lugia. Which Pokemon was that? Oh, I just told you. You are talking to the living living Pokédex. You have found a potion. C.R.O.C, your mother was looking for you. I think that she had something for you. Yeah, sure. Let's go hunt it down. Where's our house again? Is it here? C.R.O.C. Oh, can I go to Meowth's house? I want to see if Meowth has a... Yeah, Elgator. And this is Meowth's mom. So, you know, rationalizing the situation, I think this is Meowth's fur mom. So, I guess that we're dealing with a crazy cat lady, so bear that in mind. I guess that Elgator and you are now rivals. That competitiveness is essential for any trainer. Good luck on your trip. And, you know, that definitely begs the question on whether, like, could you consider Meowth a child? Because usually for cats, the debate is a bit easier to rectify or reconcile in your brain because they can't talk. There's like a level of communication that they can't achieve compared to, like, humans. And that doesn't mean they can't communicate. It just means that we can't, like, their method is is rather alien to primates and hominid primates, and we're the only hominid primates. But Meowth can actually talk. So if you were to adopt a talking Meowth, would that actually be closer to a child than, say, a Meowth that could never talk? Like, is the ability to speak and communication, like, essential for, you know, turning something into a baby or a child? Like having a childlike care for it? But then that then begs the alternative situation where what if the human is nonverbal? That doesn't mean it's no longer a human child. Dude, making Meowth the rival actually added a philosophical layer to this game. Because that's a cat mom, but it's a cat that can talk. And I think the only correct response here, well, the conclusion that I would reach is that both humans and cats are, you know, flesh bags or basal animals, so they can both be treated the same. But were I to adopt a human perspective, I might argue that it is an insult to me for Meowth to be considered my rival, because it is a cat. And you cannot be rivals with a cat, even if the cat can talk. Because what makes it a child is being human, right? But if the cat couldn't talk, then it would be a valid fur baby, right? It would be like, okay, my rival's a fur baby that can't talk. So the fact that Meowth can talk is what makes me not respect him as a rival. We're just gonna crush him at every turn. Oh, our mother was... Alright, well. We're just gonna run around in the circle. Wait until the ads out. I actually want to get into a battle. So Oak gave you a Pokemon. Now you can go on adventures. Oh, I almost forgot. I picked up your mobile phone. Oh, we got a cell from the workshop, so you can take it in your journey. It's fixed. The only bad thing is that all your contacts and apps have been deleted, and internet connection is not working. Here you are. You received a mobile phone. Remember, you can use the phone by pressing F8. I put in my number so you can call me from time to time. Okay. Can I get Meowth's cat mom number? Can I get Meowth's mom's no Elgator's mom's number? I feel like I should be able to do this. This is rather sad that I cannot. Okay, I'll just wait the other 30 seconds. Okay, so after all of that talking, the ads just happened. But while we were gone, I went and talked to our mother character, James's mother, I guess, and she gave us our cell phone. And so, of course, the first natural thing that I decided to do was to try and get Elgator's fur mom's number. But it looks like we can't do that. Which I think is a severely missed opportunity, because that would totally cement my superiority over this stupid cat. Okay, so we have Pokeballs. We have a Pikachu. We have C.R.O.C the Pikachu. Let's see if we can force an encounter. Okay, I'm gonna force this into full screen. So this is the combat. There's James. We're just running around this Lechonk while I try to remember what button it is for full screen. I think it's F4. There we go. Okay, I can see again. The screen just got like super small when the battle window opened. So we have Z, we have X, we have V, and C. Growl, Tail Whip, and the purple bar is our cooldown. So we have to aim. This is good. This is gonna be super tough. Come on, Porosis. Get with the program. There we go. We just have to electrocute the pig. I don't want to catch it. Can I aim with the mouse? No. Oh, you're getting it. Yo. Back up. Back up, Lechonk. Or you will be vaporized. Shocking. Oh, static kicked in. And since it's a pig, and we don't condone the usage of pigs here in the base network. Oh. It looks like the window screen broke. So just assume that the pig got defeated, and let me fix the size of this of the screen. One moment. What song is this? Wait, do you guys know this song? Look at this photograph. Dude, it's Nickelback. We're listening to Nickelback right now. What are they doing? What are they doing? I mean, technically this is copyright free though, right? Because it's their own cover that they made. So it's like killing two birds with one stone. Pokemon, let's see. Let's get into another battle. This might require me to manually adapt the... No, I don't want to exit the game. If you exit the game, I will have a conniption. Display. Because, okay, what matters more? The overworld or the battle screen? I think the battle screen matters more. So, we'll sacrifice the overworld for the battle. You know, just a little bit of triage. We can totally optimize it for this. And so, I think that this combat style could stale. Oh, and I clicked exit. We didn't save. All right, we'll start over. We'll start over. We'll restart this whole thing. That is unfortunate. So, yeah, my knives, were getting kind of dull. And we have a sharpener that's like, the 3 it's like a holder with 3 little divots where you can sharpen it in stages of 3, but I felt kind of Monster Hunter-y. So, I went with the because we have a whetstone and then also a honing rod. So I spent like 5 hours, maybe not 5 hours. Okay, it wasn't 5 hours. Maybe like an hour or an hour and a half. My sense of time is warped. So, maybe an hour or 2 just sharpening knives. And, you know, I didn't we're kind of low on vegetables to chop, and so I didn't really see uh the sharpening process pay dividends until I had chicken that I needed to score to cook it more evenly. And when the knife slid through the chicken, I felt a lot of satisfaction because well the chicken it was a chicken thigh, I'm pretty sure. Because usually the knife, if you have a dull knife in it and you try to cut something with it. Okay, we have to restart. Yeah, if you have a dull knife and you need to cut like chicken that's partially frozen, there's a chance that that knife could roll over the skin and then cut you in as a consequence. And that is not good. This is this is viewable. This is workable. Let's go get James again and do this whole thing over again with the proper setup. And so it's a little bit anxiety-inducing when you try to cut something with a dull knife. Okay, let's grab Meowth. And that was completely that fear completely disappeared because the knife just slid through the meat very quickly. So this is a reminder that you should always sharpen your knives. And knife skills are like a life skill. So it's good to have those. Even if it's just something as simple as chopping vegetables and roasting them. Okay, we'll move really quickly to get out of this Meowth. L Dator. Assign slot 1, press C to continue. Before starting your adventure, you must answer some questions. Wait just a moment. Choose according to your preference. Oh, wait, we already... No. Okay, you know what? It doesn't matter. We'll go for chaos. Choose the difficulty mode. Normal. And finally, what's your personal motto? Well, that was thematically appropriate. Hello, C.R.O.C. Pleased to meet you. My name is Samuel Oak, but everyone knows me as Professor Oak. Alright, we've already heard this. We already heard this entire spiel. There's little purpose in going through it again. In fact, it's making me want Wonderwall back again. Please, just take me to the Wonderwall. Dude, no. I have to talk to them all over again. How vexing. This is why I should have saved. Okay, cool. Cool. Can we go back to... Okay, so the order of appearance of music was outside, and then Wonderwall, and then photograph, right? So is it gonna... yep. Dude. This is so serious. I would like to go on record and say that this is not thematically appropriate for what they're discussing. We have not yet given the floor to the new... Oh. Custom of the QREM team. Or Kumquat? What was the name? My spies have passed me very interesting information about your teams. To emotes. Can I emote? There's multiplayer in this game, so... Maybe if we can encounter someone who's playing this game naturally, then we can... Bro, for full screen that's fixed in the OBS source, select the window and click redesign video output. Oh, okay. Well, welcome to the stream, Alexis, and thank you for that advice. Is that how you say it? Or at A7Xis? That is actually super helpful. Properties. Select the window and click redesign video output. I'm using game capture. Should I be using window capture? Or just right click? Sadly, okay, the issue is that if you scale the... Will it work when I get into battle? Because when I get into battle, the screen zooms in. But let's see, scale filtering? Redesign video output. I'm going to look this up. Because this would actually be super helpful, though. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for the advice. Redesign video output OBS. Scale filtering, filter properties. Heck. Form. That's wrong. Oh, resize output source size. Now the game has disappeared. Where did you go? Okay, click F4. Please show up again. Resize output, source size. It's disappeared. This is some real stream. I'm sorry that you have to. This is your first introduction to it, to the stream. We're usually quite focused here at the base network on making sure things work. So is that anyway? Is that different from manually resizing? Video title, executable. Don't make me restart this game again, please. I've already restarted once. Reveal thyself. let's hope yes. Okay. Well, I've already been past. Have you ever played this game before? I've already done this. I've already restarted this sequence before, so I'm just gonna skip through and see if I can get to a save point so that I can get this to re-input. Because it appears to me that the game is not playing ball. If I just remove this. Wait, that might have actually been throw, because then I have to restart it. Come on. Appear. If I just go window capture and have it not do game capture entirely. Window display. You know, that actually just fixed everything, I think, because it's not taking it as a game. So, somehow this actually ended up better in the long run, which is crazy, but you may have saved this entire stream, actually. Because now I can... Oh. I can just do this. Well, actually, no. That's a bad idea. Let's put you back to normal size and then hit the full screen button now. There we go. Okay, it's all fixed. It's all fixed. Everything's fixed now. So we just have to see now if going into battle will mess with the proportions. But I think what was happening was that it was being read as a game and not as a window, which messed up how OBS did the proportions. Because you wouldn't see it. Press D for skip. Oh, okay, so you've played this game. You played this game before. D for skip. It's not skipping. Shift D. Oh, there it is. Skip. Oh, thank God. No, you are my savior today. Without your guidance, we would be stuck here. So I'm guessing you've played this game then before, right? If you know how to skip it. Okay, we gotta grab Pikachu again. Talk to Elgator, the Meowth. I'm not gonna go through my philosophical debate on whether Meowth really counts as a rival. Because he's essentially the other mom's fur baby. And I don't... Well, I would neither respect James as a rival, honestly. They're both mammalian... Like, they both originated from some rat mammalian, so I don't know if either of them... I mean, what's the difference between Meowth and James here? It's an interesting thing to muse over. Let's grab... Can I... Yesterday, I gave you the trainer manual. You see it pressing F1. It's time to give you your own Pokedex. Okay, it's time. Pages of the Pokedex will fill automatically. Not only that, if you capture a Pokemon, it will fill with more data. Well, as you know, this is a very important day. You will receive your first Pokemon. Elgator came early, so they already have a Pokemon. It's time to take yours, C.R.O.C. Yeah, sure. Let me back in. I would like to stay, but I can't lose time. This star region is waiting for me. Goodbye, Professor, said Meowth. Or Elgator. I don't respect you. I don't respect you as a rival, Mr. Cat. But I selected you so that I could do this the whole time. Do you want this Pokemon? You want to give a nickname to this Pikachu, male. So we did lose our female Pikachu, but I don't think that has any bearing, unless breeding mechanics are implemented in the game, which I'm not sure of. We're going in completely blind. Introduce a valid nickname for Pikachu. Porosis. Accept. Which is Crocodilus porosis, the saltwater crocodile. We're just going to keep nicknaming our Pokemon after different crocodiles until we run out, and then we'll have to go into the Crocodilomorphs and then Archosaurs, and then I don't know if we'll get that many Pokemon. I'm usually the type to catch one or two, but maybe they have something mechanically interesting. I'm definitely not catching Lechonk. I am a Lechonk racist. Anytime Pikachu finds something new, it launches an electric wave. If you find a scorched berry, it's sure that it was from a Pikachu. Sometimes it can't control the intensity of the shock. Does that suggest that Pikachu would utilize the electricity to cook the berries? Oh, Shadow Lugia. I definitely want to catch one of those. I don't know if there's multiple. There's like... If there's baby Lugia, then there's certainly baby Shadow Lugia. Which would be wonderful to, Oh, we have to get our mobile phone. I forgot. So Oak gave you a Pokemon. Now you can go on adventures. Oh, I almost forgot. I picked up your mobile phone from the workshop so you can take it in your journey. It's fixed. The only bad thing is that it's all your contacts and apps have been deleted and internet connection is not working. Here you are. You received a mobile phone. All right. We got to... We got to change the settings. This text is moving so slowly that it's messing with my brain because I'm reading it too fast. Remember, you can use the phone by pressing F8. I put in my number so you can call me from time to time. Well, is there an incentive to do so? No, not escape. That's how we ended up in the situation last time. I tried to pause it, and I assumed escape was paused and not quit. There we go. Pokemon cries. Yeah, we'll do reloaded because I think it's funny. Scaling type, current slot. I need to go to the dialogue settings. No. How do I... There we go. Battles, dialogue, text speed, fast, very fast, instantaneous. Type 11. Oh, we can change the colors too. That's a lot of customization. Do we get a black purple? No, we'll just go black then. Or what fits James's color profile? That's too bright. There we go. We're Team Rocket. We're Team Rocket. Choose a color. Oh, can we... Oh, we can set our own color. This game is super customizable. That's pretty cool. We'll use this blue. Nope, that's hard to read. That's actually eye-hurting. What about this? Nope, that also is eye-hurting. There we go. That's better. Dialogue name. This one we can make purple. Versus text color, white. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, whoa. Let's get that, place signpost. Access to doors. Smartphone status available. Busy. We'll just go available. We're pretty available here. Measurements. Oh, no way we're going feet pounds. Nope, we're going meters kilogram. We do metric, unless we're cooking. It depends on what the measurements are for. In Canada, we use both imperial and metric, depending on what the situation calls for. It's like a whole flow chart. Like for cooking, we use Fahrenheit, but then for temperature outside, it's Celsius. It's really weird, and it's a function of our proximity to the US. But that should be good. I want to catch a Pokemon that's cool. We first ran into Lechonk. And so here's the test. Oh, and perfect, perfect. You guys can see the battle screen. Spearow is pretty cool. I might actually be a Gen 1-er. It's level 2. Okay, now how do we catch a Pokemon? A. S. Q. Control. Enter. Space. B. W. B. Okay, and it gives us the sound effects. Wonderful. You caught it. Parosis won 14 XP points. Found a place in your team in position 2. Do you want to give a nickname? Yes, we do. Okay, so we can just dispense with the whole crocodile last species name because birds are crocodiles. Or like, okay, they're not crocodiles, but they're archosaurs. So maybe we can just, what is Spearow? What about Sinensis? Alligator Sinensis. Yeah, we're going to call you Sinensis, which is, Alligator Sinensis is the scientific name, or the specific epithet for the Chinese alligator, which is really cute and small. There are only 2 species of alligators in the world. One is in Florida, and it's quite large, and the other is in China, it's in China, and it's quite small. And I think they're on to talk with old man. En route? Oh, okay. I can do that. For sure. Except, data of Spearow has been updated. This guy right here. Hello, young trainer. Hello, young trainer. So you were just starting your adventure. Let me give some advice to you about Pokemon battles. The space key will allow you to see your Pokemon. Use up, down, left, and right to move your Pokemon, and Z, X, C, and V keys to use the attacks. If you want to change your Pokemon, you can press S or choose directly which Pokemon you want to use, pressing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. You can escape from a wild Pokemon by pressing E or try to catch it with a B key. If you want to use any object, press O to look into your bag. There you'll be able to assign objects to the A key. Also, you can change all these commands with the 0 key. It is hard at the beginning, but once you learn it, it becomes pretty fun. Okay. Thank you for the advice, Alexis. Pidove. Okay, wait. Pidove... Pidove could be better than Spearow, and our Spearow's level 2. Oh, dude, aiming is actually quite fun. This reminds me, it kind of makes me want to play this on controller, you know? Oh. I was having a bit too much fun. We destroyed the Pidove. But if you've been here a while, I actually, when I was playing Cobblemon, the Pidoves were always accosting my build, so I was on a mission to reduce their population in the wild. So, continuing that trend here is thematically appropriate. So I've now decided that we are going to extirpate... Oh, that's a lot of piggybacks. These ones are actually weak. Alright, we'll catch one, because I like their color scheme. And Toucanon is usually a not good Pokemon. Like it's usable, but it's not really effective in normal play. But maybe this will differ. Okay. Oh. You're the picky peck that lived? Oh. You caught it. Found a place in your team in position 3. You want to give a nickname to Piggypeck? Yes, sir. We are going to call you Pikachu. Because it's like Piggypeck, but it's Pikachu. It can peck at a rate of 16 times a second to drill holes in trees. It uses the holes for food storage and for nesting. This Pokemon feeds on berries whose leftover seeds become the ammunition for the attacks it fires off from its mouth. That's cool. Alright, so we gotta dump Spearow now. Oh, we gotta finish Patrat off first. I'm definitely a fan of the fight. Oh. So, I think you can only shoot at diagonal angles. Because unless there's a rotational input that lets you not move at diagonals, you're limited to 8 directions of attack. Oh. Which I guess makes positioning pretty interesting. We'll just wait for you to walk in. There you go. Is there a Pokemon Center in here, or does the lab have a PC? I mean, I haven't really talked to everyone here. I might as well. PC? No. Is this a makeshift Pokemon Center? Maybe someone's running an underground Pokemon Center. If you press enter, the main menu will... Oh, these are all the tutorials that I didn't read. It's a Zigzagoon. Oh, I'm guessing talking to the mother will allow me to heal my Pokemon. The people of the Star region are very kind to Pokemon trainers. If you visit their homes, some of them will give you items. Alright. You, item. If Pokemon fight, they are going to level up and become stronger. If the Pokemon that you have becomes stronger, then you can travel far away. When a Pokemon battle starts, your first Pokemon will battle. You can press space to choose your first Pokemon, selecting them, and pressing S. I guess that Elgator and you are now rivals. Oh, I definitely wanted to get Elgator's mom's, Elgator's mom's number at some point. Just for dominance assertion. Because I don't think Meowth is real. Well, let's train up Pick-a-Peck. Do you want to rest a bit? Yeah, sure. Maybe here. Item storage. Can we withdraw a potion? Yeah, we can. Bedroom decorations? No. So that kind of suggests that you would return to your room at some point for some function, but... that's like the Animal Crossing component of the game. Pokemon. Move. Okay, Pikachu is really strong. I'm pretty sure Pick-a-Peck is going to get its butt kicked on repeat. So we'll see. We'll see how well this works. I don't want to fight any trainers until Pick-a-Peck's strong enough, because I don't want to start funneling all the... Oh. So what makes this cool, though, is that skill expression can actually differentiate play, so you're not instantly going to lose. I only have Peck. So I play aggro like this. Okay, a part of me is actually too lazy to grind out the levels, so I kind of want to catch this and then replace the one we have before. I'm going to do that, actually. So this is our new Picky-Peck. And we're going to call it... L... Okay, so I have to be very careful not to make a faux pas, but I'm seeing that N with an accent. And I'm thinking of El Nino, which is the phenomenon that happens... like it's a weather phenomenon, and that makes me want to call this guy El Pino, but that sounds very like not a word, and that could be like it sounds cool, but it could be kind of. I'm gonna look this up to make sure I don't step on any toes. El Nino. And then if I replace the N with the P, El Pino is a famous towering bunya pine tree located on a hill in the corner of Folsom Street and North Indiana Street. Oh, 1 second. Yeah, we're gonna call this thing El Pino because I want to make use of that N. Because you don't usually get that character in the regular Pokemon games, so you gotta take advantage of the opportunity when it arises. Just like when we played Pokemon Wishing Star and we had to write in Korean, you just gotta adapt the name to the language. And now that you mention it, I've totally forgotten the name of Vomer the Noibat. Okay, but if we can get a space character. El Pino. And we have another Pick-a-Peck now. We don't need to use you anymore. We have El Pino. And this makes the training marginally faster because we now don't have to worry about. Oh. Okay, we have to use our skills. All right, El Pino has fainted, and Pikachu, this is your last stand. Okay, heal up. Okay, so based on this haul, C.R.O.C is definitely staying on the team. El Pino as well. But I think we're going to have to drop Pikachu and maybe Synesis. Or Synesis. I think it's No, not Synesis. I think it's Synesis. I don't know how it's pronounced. I know the root word Sino is used to represent China, and sometimes it can be a bit offensive to use, so maybe it's not one that I should be saying so brazenly, but when it's in a scientific name, it's totally fine. Sinensis. See, I would kind of want to get Rattata, but this black one turns fat after it evolves, and I don't really like. Well, that's not to say that the other Rattata, the brown one, doesn't also turn fat when it turns into Raticate, actually. Both of them are pretty chubby rats. So maybe I just don't like the line itself. But the little one is pretty cool. In both ones. I really like Rattata. I don't like Raticate. I don't think I like either Raticate. The chubby cheeks are a little weird. I'm not sure. And this is totally my opinion on Pokemon. I don't know why the Alolan guys, the Meowth evolution and the Rattata evolution, Raticate, are so rotund. Like, it makes them stylistically similar so that I pair them together in my mind, but like, the round face of Alolan Persian is so funny and it's a little bit étrange, Oh, Corviknight. My competitive brain just, like, neuron activated. Okay, we'll catch you. We'll catch you. And we'll catch you and then box you. Because I'm not sure how a defensive Pokemon translates into this. Dude, you're getting your butt kicked. We're just gonna catch it. Okay, so Corvidae is the scientific name for corvids or crows. This is a form of corvid, rookity into rook into squire into knight. We're just gonna call you Magpie or Magpie. Mr. Or no, we'll do another crocodile, I think. What about the Cuban? The Cuban crocodile. Rhombifer. Oh, Rhombifer is a crazy name. We're totally calling you Rhombifer. Rhombifer. Maybe I should have a list of every single crocodile. Okay, so we have John Stoney, the freshwater crocodile. Novi Guinea, Guinea, which is New Guinea because Noah is or Nova is Latin for new. Like de novo, a de novo evolution is an evolution that's new, completely new to the group. Crocodilus halley, Mindorensis, Porosis, Siamensis, Palustris, Suchus, Niloticus, Rhombifer, Intermedius. So, if we're only going out of crocodile names, we actually only have room to catch 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 Pokemon, because there's only 13 species of crocodile that we know of. Which is like, I feel like that's kind of limiting. Oh, time to continue extirpating Pidove. Okay, can I reorder the moves? I want to be spamming Z. It's a little bit counterintuitive to... Okay, that's another test of a Pidove removed from the gene pool, which is definitely a boon to the overall ecosystem. I know pigeons are like a very maligned species, but I'm someone that would continue the work to completely remove them from the ecosystem. Pigeons and starlings, but I don't know if there's a starling Pokemon. We're gonna change the move order so that they're easier to... Like, I don't want to be spamming Tail Whip. I want to be clicking Z on repeat. Charm is just the worst version of Growl. Or no, it's the other way around. Growl is the worst version of Charm. Well, that might not be the case, actually. Because there's an element here that we're not considering, and that's the shape of the move. Which isn't really a factor when you play the game regularly. But maybe Charm's radius is better than Growl's. Or its length and reach. So I have to be taking that into account. So I'm kind of familiar with the moves, but not really, because I don't know how they work within the context of this battle system. Alright, the rat has been destroyed. Alright, we'll heal up. Get sent back, and then keep training Pick-a-Peck. Because I guess what this does is it allows me to use Pokemon that I like design-wise, because we're not going for meta. If you run into a trainer, you can't refuse a battle. Okay, well, my Pick-a-Peck has been trained up. It can take out pigeons, so you don't stand a chance. Is this another song, like a popular song? It sounds kind of familiar, but I don't know. It might not be. Dude, these trainer-controlled Pokemon actually have appear to have more intelligent AI. Pidgey. Alright, Pick-a-Peck. Assert your dominance. I have designated you a species of or a representative of the extinct, not the pileated woodpecker, but the ivory-billed woodpecker. You are now an ivory-billed woodpecker, and you're the last of your species, so you better make it count. You better destroy this, what type of bird is a Pidgey? Like, it's not really a sparrow. Sparrow's a sparrow. Is Pidgey another pigeon? Oh. Foresight. Do it for the ivory-billed the extinct ivory-billed woodpecker. You must win. Dear. I should be watching their energy bar and then using when they have no energy to attack back. That would be smart. But as you can see, our superior movement and our knowledge of whatever knowledge we've managed to gather over the battle system through training is starting to pay off. And this game is pretty fun. We got some euros. So, as I was saying before, we gotta heal. Okay, we gotta make progress now. We've just been fighting random Pokemon and seeing what's around. But, as I was saying before... Or what was I saying? I totally forgot. Alright, well. We can dispense with that thought then. Do you want to rest a bit? Yes. We want to rest forever. Never stop sleeping. We're just gonna run, train a little bit, get beaten, and then have to... Oh, yeah. Every Pokemon that's a bird or flying type should be able to get Roost. So... bearing that in mind, I don't know if, you know, the typically good defensive bird Pokemon, like, for example, Corviknight or Skarmory, will be better than another Pokemon that can just roost and has different things going for it. Like, I wonder what Beak Blast would look like. Because that's the signature move. Alright, we're just gonna... Our Pick-a-Peck is strong now. Alpino will now destroy you. I'm not sure if there's any representatives of the woodpecker in Hawaii, which is where Pick-a-Peck is from, the Alola, the Pokemon equivalent of Hawaii, but, you know. Okay, why did I... Oh, S is switching. That's not how you run. Alright, we'll just sacrifice Pikachu. Like, the toucan appears to be a very specific kind of bird. But I don't think the toucan is... Let me look this up. This has piqued my curiosity. Toucan. Remfastidae. They are... Okay, so they're a Picciform, and the Picciforms actually do include woodpecker. On Wikipedia, the Picciform that's there is the... Well, that's a red crown, but the flicker is also a type of woodpecker. So it actually makes sense, biologically, for Pick-a-Peck to evolve into toucanon. Though I don't believe Hawaii has any woodpeckers or... Especially not a pileated woodpecker, which is what Pick-a-Peck is. Or toucans. Yeah, there's no any... There are no native woodpeckers in Hawaii, and neither are there toucans in Hawaii. So while these birds are related biologically, they have no business in Hawaii, so it must be some magic that got them there. But yeah, you can look it up for yourself. The ivory-billed woodpecker is the extinct woodpecker. So if you ever get a picture of an ivory-billed woodpecker, you can make a lot of money just by proving that it exists, because it is extinct. Or it's believed to be extinct. But some people, like, basically it's turned into Bigfoot. Our Alpino here is our Alpino, the ivory billed woodpecker, is now the Pokemon equivalent of Bigfoot, where it's like people can go out hunting for it just like they would go hunting for Bigfoot. And then you have some, like, you know, sightings that are like super blurry or not clear, but if you can get a clear photo of an ivory billed woodpecker, you could actually get a lot of... That would be huge. But it's probably never gonna happen because the bird itself is extinct. Except for Alpino here. See, the other picket-peck is a pileated woodpecker, which is easily confused for the ivory-billed woodpecker if you're not familiar with piciformes. Oh, we got echoed voice. That's good. Yes. Always replant so that we have an infinite stock. Actually, no. Never mind. We can't even undo it. Okay, let's hand some Oran berries out so that we have a health advantage. It effectively increases our health pool by 50%, which might help in a bind. And let's use that potion on Alpino, since I foresee us continuing to battle. Yeah. Sorry, I'm a little congested. Elgator. Hi, Croc. I was waiting for you. You wouldn't believe that I was going to leave without battling you. From now on, I do not accept being the rival of a damn cat. I know I literally selected the cat icon, but it's just absurd. It's a Felliform. There's no way it's a... No, we're not rivals. You think we're rivals, but we're not rivals. Okay, so the Rattata here has Hustle. We have an Oran Berry, so we'll probably just win. Show me Echoed Voice. Okay, so we can attack at a range, which... This leads me to believe that special attackers are just going to be better than physical attackers, because you don't need to get yourself in the line of fire. Right? And unless you can... At least for the early game. Unless the physical attacks can combo somehow. I don't believe that they're going to be any more usable than... You know. Special attacks. So this definitely makes me worry about not echoed voice, about Beak Blast, which is a physical attack with a weird trigger. It might be a counter move, which is like then relying on knowing when the AI will attack, which might require more skill expression. Oh, Abra. What are you gonna do? You're just gonna teleport around. Oh, whoa. Okay, I legitimately thought that, Confusion. Okay, teleport definitely looks fun to use. I definitely want a psychic type that can teleport. I don't know about the move distribution. Oh. Okay, we're getting owned. That range is so... You know what? We're just gonna get close to it. And so, now I have understood the appeal of physical moves, especially considering that Abra has higher special defense than physical defense. Squirtle. Okay, well, I have just the thing. Are you not weak to electricity? Hello? Type chart? Type chart, I need you to cooperate with me right now. Oh, projectiles can break? I didn't know if you throw projectiles at each other, the move breaks. Burnberry. Thundershock has failed. Dude, this is actually kind of addicting. No? I don't know how it is to watch, but like... Oh, we paralyzed it. Excellent. Alright, Parosis. Run numbers on him. Dodge, dodge. Bob, weave. Torrent. I didn't consider that Torrent would be a factor here. I wonder if this game always rounds down. Or if the boost is 50%. I think the boost is 50% with... Because it's under 30% HP. Oh, no. Oh, my aim is, like, super bad right now. Okay, we'll just wait. Wait it out. Got him. Wasn't even close. Play nice. Okay, so the amount of the PP bar that it uses actually depends on what the move is, which definitely gives a use case for... This is also a pop song. If anybody knows this pop song, please tell me. I think we're gonna get rid of Tail Whip. I want 3 different ways on this Parosis the Pikachu to lower attack. My first defeat, I can't believe it. I mean, who would even deign to fight a Meowth? I'm pretty sure that if Meowth walked up to a trainer, they would just fight the Meowth itself. What can I say? You fought better than me. Having a strong opponent will be a great motivation for my training. You're never winning. You're never winning. I just want to let you know. I can't call the cat. Time to move on. See you later, Croc. I wasn't even reading. He gave me his number. Do we call him? We call him like right now. Ring ring. They're calling me. Just remember you can come home to rest, but if you get lost, press M to see your map of Star Region. It's a very useful digital map. Okay, I have to slow myself down. Usually I read pretty fast. Well, I won't hold you any longer. Take care of yourself. Disconnection. F8. Are you gonna respond? Come on. Turned off or out of service. So, yeah, the cat can't even use its own phone. And we're caught in another battle. We'll have to utilize Pikachu. Oh no, Pikabek's still kicking. And it looks like we caught him on the flip. What's the mechanic for echoed voice? Do I have to do it in a pattern? There's like a little bar. No, it appears to happen for every move. It looks like it's getting stronger. Maybe it's how many times you use it without getting hit. Alright, let's test this theory. All we have to do is dodge. Or is it hits in a row? 1, 2, 3. Alright, we have lost El Pino, the Picky Peck. But we have Pikachu to pick up on the slack. I'm kind of getting into it. I can tell I'm getting into it because I'm getting impatient with the... I want to start running a Mach 10, but we should probably slow down and, you know, not go to the lab to heal because Professor Oak can't heal us. I guess that is one thing about the game that is altered, that I'm not sure how I feel about it yet. And that's the battles are they're a lot longer because you have to do this in live time and then you can just miss constantly. Oh, is this... Can I do something with this vine? Summary. On the grass, type A, normal flying. If no one uses another attack, doubled power. Okay, so it's not about missing, it's literally about how many times you can use it in a row without retaliation. Which is pretty cool. Okay, that's a regular Rattata. We don't need that. And so now it should be normal. Perfect. So that's a really cool mechanic. That makes Echoed Voice a lot better. In regular Pokemon, it's really hard to pull off. One, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. There's a Lechonk with Aroma Veil. I wonder if that's a hidden ability. I don't know how many abilities the Lechonk line has. We're definitely putting this one down. Okay. Focusing on where he's going to go. They move very sporadically. But maybe that rewards play that doesn't... Because the further you are away from the Pokemon, the harder it is to hit. Because if I just run up to him... Then there are much more directions that will still hit it. Kind of like hitting a skill shot in League. So I wonder how this game would function if it utilized League of Legends controls. Which I don't know how that would make you feel if you've played this game before. I'm going to cure your Pokemon. That's very... All your Pokemon are healed. That was like a statement of fact. If you only fight with 1 or 2 Pokemon, they will go level up very fast, but if you don't have enough badges, they can stop obeying you. Ideally, carry 5 or 6 Pokemon. Okay. So given that information, I think what we should do... How do we... Yes. I want to deposit a Pokemon. Oh, I guess I can click and drag. Okay, we don't want Rombifer. We don't want to rename Box 2 either. So all of our excess birds will just go into Box 1. Do you want to keep doing these changes? No. There's an old man lying on the floor. Woo, what a long route. I need to rest right now. When I was a professor at the school of Valtown, I was truly fit. Okay, so you're blocking my path. Is this a trainer school? Yeah, it's the town school. The professor sent me out of the class because of bad behavior. As revenge, I was pissing on the door. Well, that's one way to get revenge. Do you have a Pokeball? Then you have Pokemon. It's great that you can carry and use the Pokemon at any place and time. Okay, let me just battle everybody. I've studied a lot, I cannot lose. Brock versus Schoolboy Michael. Oh, Rockruff. That would be a sick Pokemon to have. You know, maybe I am kind of partial to the Alolan Dex. Because there are a lot of good representatives in it. 2, 3. We are at a tactical disadvantage. I don't know how much type would matter here. My internal logic is telling me that it doesn't matter as much because you can always just be like, pick a peck, dodge it, and then control it to dodge. But of course, if you're weak to a move, then... Oh, Rock Smash. Excellent. Okay, peck is super effective. Okay, yeah. Never mind. Type is definitely important. Studying is enough? Isn't enough? I must practice a lot. Okay. We're practicing Pokemon battles. Try to beat all of my pupils. Yeah, sure. I'll do it all at once. I don't want to keep running back to the Pokemon Center to heal. I can't make a fool of myself in front of my friends. I'm sorry, Ruben. I'm sorry that I have to do this to you. I mean, it's a little weird that we're playing as James, who is kind of a grown man doing this, but... We're not going to think about that. Can I try and catch? No. I was like, okay, what if I caught Paris right there? Shinx is a toughie. What is she's echoed voice? And I'm gonna... What do you mean a potion won't do any... Oh, there we go. I was like, what do you mean a potion is not gonna do anything to pick a peck? It's about to faint. I think items are more justifiable here because it makes up for the fact that I can't aim. And I'm kind of new to the system. Young Goose. I would also want a Young Goose, which is another Alolan Pokemon. I think it's a shame that Young Goose's evolution is so silly. Gumshoe's the Donald Trump looking guy. Alright, well, I definitely want to catch a lot of bug Pokemon. I think playing as Butterfree would be awesome. Poison. Because this is a lot more like, yo, I'm playing as Pick-a-Peck than, say, commanding Pick-a-Peck. Which I guess is akin to playing Pokemon Trainer in Smash Bros. If you ever played that, if you ever played Pokemon Trainer, I'm presuming that you have at some point played Super Smash Brothers. Well, Pokemon Trainer only appeared in Super Smash Bros. Brawl and Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. So I'm pretty sure that not everyone has played Pokemon Trainer. But you most likely have. But it definitely feels like that. Which is, you know, very self-explanatory because we are literally playing as a Pokemon Trainer. So I don't know what you can glean informationally from the suggestion that, you know, playing a Pokemon Trainer in this is more akin to playing Pokemon Trainer in Smash Bros. Than playing as a Pokemon Trainer in the game of Pokemon. Just think about that for a second. Think about what that might imply. This is just a vine. Maybe we'll have a move that can make use of those vines. They seem important. 1 second. I'm gonna grab a tissue. I'll be back in a moment. I need to blow my nose. Also, I'm gonna save before I do anything. Because I don't think we've saved yet. back of my throat. Okay, we are back. Let me reattach the wiring. I am wired in because it's the only way to manage having two headphones in this setup. Because one needs to be utilized for the mic. Bring some more water. Okay. You know, I think what makes toucans, or not toucans. This is a random bio fun factoid. This doesn't apply to the piciformes, which is the order that includes woodpeckers and toucans. So, picapeck and toucanon. But Psittacidae, which is the order of parrots, and then also Falconidae have this thing called a tomial tooth. And I wonder if there's a Pokemon. Is there a falcon Pokemon? Talonflame. Does Talonflame have a tomial tooth? And it's basically a little projection on their beak, or a little edge on their beak that allows them to bite. Like, if you're a falcon, then your main form of damage comes from your beak, and that's why you have a tomial tooth. And if you're like a eagle, it comes from your claws. Hawks, I'm not sure. I think hawks are more beak than claws. Like, if you're a bird of prey, your method for attack is either going to be in your beak or your claws, because that's the only sharp parts of your body. I don't know of any. I think that's with every bird, honestly, but I don't know any bird that attacks with its wings, you know, like it hits something with its wings. I mean, if you use Brave Bird in Pokemon, like that's utilizing your wings. But suppose you are a hawk. Let's see. Do hawks attack with their beaks or their talons? Hawks attack their prey primarily with their talons. Do falcons attack with their beaks or talons? Okay, well, they're going to use both. But so hawks and eagles utilize their talons more than their beaks. So usually, if you have like even a bald eagle or a Stellar's eagle, and I'm making reference to locally known eagles, which can't really dox me since eagles and hawks are like super widespread. Oh, we've already been here. I think we have to finish the rest of the guys in the trainer school. But yeah, eagles and hawks aren't super widespread. Or no, they are. They are. If I picked a very locally, well, Stellar Sea Eagle and the bald eagle have a wide distribution. But if I were to pick like a more local species or even a subspecies, that would be closer to a self-dox, because then you could look up that species and then you would look at where it's distributed, and then me having familiarity with it would be like, oh, where does he live? And then, oops. But, you know, to offset that, maybe I could mention birds that have a distribution away from my location. Like a very specific bird. Like the California condor is only in very specific locations. Or the flamingo. Well, the flamingo in the North America, it's only in specific areas. Let me win and my teacher might give me good grades. And so what I was talking with about the falcon is that the falcon uses its beaks more than the hawk and the eagle does. So, if you were to look up a bald eagle, and look at its talons, you would see they're much larger than, say, the falcon's. But that also means that a falcon, and then also a parrot, which does use its beak. I don't know if you've ever been bitten by a parrot. I've never been in proximity to a parrot to allow myself to be bitten. But if I were to, both of these animals have tomial tooths. Or tomial... The tomial tooth. Oh, Marie. The Pokédex should give me their location. I didn't think about static. That makes this a bit tough. And the sharpened edge on the beak gives them a lot more ability to damage and puncture. I don't know if it gives a shearing edge, like with the carnassial teeth of carnivores, like dogs and cats. But it does give them a shearing edge to cut through things with their beak. And so they use it more thusly. I think parrots use it mostly for cutting through fruit. Because a sharp edge would help you with cutting through plants just as well as it would help you cutting through flesh. So, if it, like, for example, the panda would reuse its carnassials to cut through thick bamboo, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think can pandas chew? Do they have molars? They might, because bears are omnivorous. Yeah, they can chew. And they have wide, flat molars. But I don't think cats can chew. Okay, so they can chew, but they're not as good as it. They're not as good with it as we are. I mean, all mammals have the whole setup of molars, premolars, canines, and incisors. So they can probably all chew to some level. But, you know, if you need to be shearing off flesh, then you don't really have the flat molars that would help you break through. Break through tougher materials. And I have no idea why we're going on this mini tangent about teeth types, but one thing that you can glean from this is that the type of tooth which an organism has will actually allow it to will allow you to tell what that organism's behavior is, because, you know, it'll tell you what it can and can't eat. So, for example, a cat cannot eat vegetables because that requires a lot of chewing, whereas we can because we have molars that do that. Oh, we're fighting the teacher now. Yeah, this will be a piece of cake. Beedrill. At level 8, Beedrill doesn't evolve until level 10, so this is definitely a cheated Beedrill. Pardon. Oh, defensive buffs seem a lot more useful here. Or maybe they were always useful, and I don't really think about it when I play Pokemon, because usually they don't matter. Alright, this Alpina was going crazy town, and that's because we grinded it up a little bit. I'm not sure if this game has level caps. I think it does. Yeah, we've actually been making this thing so strong that I feel like we should be switching to Pikachu. And also, I'm gonna check to see when my friends are gonna pull up if we're gonna play Muck today. Because I said I was gonna stream until then, but I'm not sure when that's gonna be. Let me see if anything's changed. I'll just wait, and if they do, they do, and if they don't, they don't. I didn't expect that. You played really well. Accept this as a reward for defeating me. You received TR 120 Bide. A technical machine, also called a TR. Well, a technical machine is a TM, and that's infinite. A TR is a technical record, and that's one-time use. But we don't need to get into semantics here. Is an item that you can use to teach one of your Pokemon an attack. The only catch is that they can only be used once. Okay. Why is this kid following me around? I've seen you battle and you're great. I've decided I'm coming with you. No, you're not. Yeah, dude, I'm a criminal. Get away. I'm a criminal. Hello, Croc. Professor Oak sent me... Oh, Professor Oak sent me to give you his phone number. It's important that you communicate to the professor about what you discover in the Pokemon world. See ya. You added the phone number of Professor Oak. Yeah, so how do we get rid of this guy? When I was a professor at the School of Valdtown, I was truly fit. So you used to teach here? Take your kid back. I'm sorry if my son is bothering you, C.R.O.C. He's quite restless and sometimes gets very heavy. Jimmy, go to your site and stop chasing C.R.O.C. There we go. The school is boring, although some days we learn useful stuff about Pokemon battles. I can't justify having the kid around because we're actually going to be doing very dangerous things. You found 3 cherry berries. You planted a cherry berry. Citrus berries. I think orange berries are still better at this stage of the game because citrus berries are just raw 25, which in this case would be like 6 HP for Pikachu, or Pyrosis the Pikachu, which is less than the 10 flat of the Oranberry. In Pikapek's case, it would be 9, I'm pretty sure. Because it's 18, or, well, it's 17.5 divided by 2, which is 8.5, rounded down is 8. So Oranberry is still better in this case. But while they're still useful and utile, let me hand one over to Pikipek. And then heal it up at the Pokemon Center. We'll buy more Pokeballs as well. Welcome to the Pokemon shop. What do you want to do? Buy Pokeball, Friend Ball, which is 4... I think that's 4 euros. Is that euros or is that pesos? Pesos symbol. Nope, that's not pesos. Euros symbol. Where was Pokemon? Is this a Spanish game and not Brazil? Made. What country? Alright, I just did. It's not even Brazilian, it's Spanish. Alright, so the entire premise of this stream is just broken because I've made a miscalculation, a silly mistake, and thought that the game was Brazilian when it's actually... So Spain? Or Brazil? It was made in Spain. So the only cope is that they're both Spanish speaking, so Spanish and Portuguese. So you can conflate the two. But that's rather embarrassing. Oops. Let's buy a Caterpie doll. I should have paid more attention, because if it was pesos, then it would be Brazilian, but it's euros. But hey, you know, in my defense, I never said Brazil was third world. I said Brazil was first world. And everything I said before still applies to Spain, the country. Like, the enforcement of Japanese copyright in Spain is probably a lot laxer than, say, enforcement in America, because the presence is a lot less, I think. I'm gonna fact check this now, because my entire view of this has shattered because I picked the wrong country. And the entire title of the video is wrong now. This is not Brazil, this is Spain. We're in Spain right now. Does Nintendo have a presence in Spain? Does it have a greater presence in Spain than in North America? Because we're totally coping. We're going to backpedal. What about more copyright enforcement? Nintendo has a vastly greater and more aggressive copyright enforcement presence in North America than in Spain. Are they more aggressive in in Spain or in Brazil or North America? Dude, I may have just offended the entirety of Brazil. This stream never happened. This stream never happened. Oh, Brazil does have powerful legal protections that protected citizens from being accosted by Nintendo for copyright infringement. So in North America, it says here that they can enforce draconian EULAs, end user license agreements. And it is Nintendo of America. So Brazil has a consumer defense code? Dude, that's so sick. Does Spain have a consumer defense code? So Spain and Brazil both have okay, but obviously does North America have a comparable code? So there is no... Dude, this definitely makes... Right now, I think Spain and Brazil stocks are actually going up, like, bigly, because of what appears to be defense codes that allow them to do this. Because it would be way more... Because we don't... in North America, there is no code like this. There is no consumer defense code that would offer protections. Which is really weird to think about. But it makes sense intuitively, right? Like, the people in your country are utilizing the internet and they have a game they want to make, and then they get bullied by across the seas, and they can't have their fun. I don't know. This seems pretty respectable to me. Zigzagoon. But maybe there's an argument for why you wouldn't. There's definitely, in every situation, there's arguments for or against. But right now, I'm looking a bit envious because, like... making something like this would be a lot more financially dangerous in North America to do. Because of the presence of Nintendo of America. That's right. When it really is just a game for, you know, kids and grown children to play, which comprises a lot of the VTuber sphere, myself included. But let it be known that I managed to self-correct my misattribution of country by looking at the symbol for money and realizing that it's not pesos, it's euros, and thinking, dang, that's weird. For euros to be the form of currency and not pesos. Okay, does this Metapod have tackle? Okay, I see string shot. Hardened string shot, you should have tackle. I'm gonna wait to see if you can tackle. Because if you can, then we're gonna catch you, and we're gonna get our butter free. Come on. Use tackle. I'm waiting. Hit me with that tackle. Harden. That's not tackle. I'm waiting for you to cause me damage because I'm not going to... There we go. Okay. Okay, we're gonna nickname Metapod Paella. I don't know. I just feel like consuming some paella right now for no particular reason. So our goal now is to get Metapod to level 10, which should allow it to evolve. And there's a Caterpie at level 5. I'm just gonna catch the Caterpie and replace Paella. Yes, we're gonna call you. We're gonna call you Paella too. Wait, are those Japanese characters? No, those are special characters. Give me 2. So this is Crocodilus Paella 2. The Caterpie. Caterpie has a voracious appetite. It is capable of devouring leaves bigger than itself in the blink of an eye. Watch out for its antennae as they release a strong odor. Yep. Weedle. Nah. I mean, I guess we can just catch it for fun. We'll have to restock on Pokeballs as well. And you'll be called Paella 3. Data of Weedle has been updated. Okay, let's drop off Metapod and Weedle. Or, yeah, Metapod and Weedle. So Paella 1 and Paella 3 are going to be dropped off into the... Okay. Goodbye. Right in the box with the rest of them. Caterpie can stay. Paella... Okay, we gotta organize this, though. Paella 3, Rombifer, Synesis, and Pikachu. Yep. That's in proper order. I'm sorry, it's just a compulsion that, you know, compulses me to make sure everything's in the right spot. String shot, tackle. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna... Oh, they're already growing. That's cool. We're gonna train up and get a Butterfree. Alright, this is the Horde. Good luck. Alright, Caterpie, slay them all. Every Shinx. If you cannot defeat every Shinx, you're getting benched. This is your trial. This is awesome, dude. The one Caterpie army. Who would win a pride of Tiny Shinx or one One determined insect. I'm taking no damage, too. This is pretty good. And with each feint... Oh my goodness, you're tanking like a trooper. It is easier to win the bout. Actually, this is a one caterpillar army. That's crazy. Wait, this is so cool. Crush them. Destroy the cats. They terrorize the entire ecosystem. They destroy birds at their nests. They destroy insects. They ravage the wild populations. It's time to get your revenge, Caterpie. Alright, let's do that again. That was awesome. And now you must fell your brother. It's all in pursuit of power. Caterpie, you are the heir to the throne. Or Paella 2, you are the heir to the throne. And so, in pursuit of this goal, you must win. It doesn't matter who the opponent is. It could be an entire pride of lions, it could be your brother, Caterpie. But all have to fall over. Crush them with your might. Okay. I think we're gonna get an evolution, because the evolution is at level 7. And now... And now a bigger one. Dude, this thing is so tanky. What is Shield Dust doing that is making this guy so strong? Like, the effect has to change. Like, this is so, this is so impactful that I'm almost inclined to not evolve Caterpie until, like, level... level 9. To minimize time as, nope, block secondary effects. Okay, never mind. It doesn't, apply defense. But this is, like, one powerful Caterpillar. I'm pretty sure Caterpie is based on a real insect, but everybody knows that by this point. There'd be no use in waxing on about it. But it would be worthwhile to admit that butterflies actually scare me in real life. There's just something about the butterfly that's terrifying. I've definitely said this before. Oh, this Wurmple has an item. This is like your cousin. This is your rival species. I need you to engage in interspecific conflict right now. Interspecies conflict rather than intraspecific would be fighting another Caterpie, but this is interspecific. And I need you to win. Don't get poisoned. You actually can't get poisoned because of Shield Dust. Which is cool. No music though. It makes this Wurmple thing super awkward. Can we get a real battle going? Patrat at level 3. But if it's only secondary effects that are being blocked, I have no clue why the ability is activating there. Randomly I'm being hit, because under most circumstances, Tackle doesn't have that. It doesn't have a secondary effect. Unless Patrat is using a different move entirely, like Bite, which has a secondary effect to flinch. I'm not sure. But yeah, you know, a butterfly, there's really something about those, like, almost leathery wings, and then the little antennae, and then it's just when it's up close, it's super scary. So I guess but Butterfree isn't scary. It's more that, like, you know, Pokemon, like, oh my goodness. Looks like you're having a tough time of it. This guy is like aimbot. That's so fast. My goodness. Okay, we gotta go heal up the bro. Just echoed voice too. 6, that's better. But, like, if you don't understand what I'm saying, look at a close-up of a butterfly. Then it becomes super scary. Like, I understand completely that one SpongeBob episode, where the entire premise is that there's a butterfly that's running loose in the sea. And it's just really scary. That could have caused my fear, actually. You know, psychologically. Though I don't think it would be appropriate to say that the episodes of SpongeBob where they got scared by a butterfly caused me in response to also be afraid of butterflies. But they are scary. They are kind of scary and a little creepy. I'm just usually averse to insects, so that's why I think the dissection of the caddisfly that I froze in my freezer would actually help me deal with my fear of insects, because then I can get used to handling them. So from, like, exposure. Yeah, I want to cancel. No, I don't. We're just going to use Metapod. We're going to go straight to Butterfree. Paia 2 is evolving. Okay, Paia 2. Ring ring, they're calling me? Professor Oak. C.R.O.C, how are you doing? I forgot to tell you about something important. If you haven't won any badges and one of your Pokemon reaches level 29, it'll stop obeying you. It won't listen to you and will do whatever it wants. It may even take a nap instead of battling. It's important to keep an eye on your Pokemon level so this doesn't happen. I recommend you to train several Pokemon. If you only train 1 or 2, they'll become strong but might start disobeying you before you even earn your first badge. You can check the trainer manual for more information by pressing F1. See you later. Well, I don't think we're going to run into that problem if we have a good, healthy rotation of Pokemon. But that does suggest to me that there's a lot that's going to happen in between getting our first badge. Alright, Paia 2 is really pulling up now. Dude, I thought that was Charmeleon, and I was like, oh my god, did I just find a Charmeleon? But no, it's another Wurmple, so we gotta put it down. This is still intraspecific conflict because we're working on the life stages of a Caterpie. Like, all living things do have life stages. And that includes plants. So if you ever go to school and start learning about it, you'll have to learn about the life cycles of, like, plants, mushrooms, fungus, and whatnot. And it's still consistent. Like, literally every organism goes through its life in life stages, and that includes humans. Okay, Kakuna. I think this is winnable as long as we dodge the poison stings. And keep it aggressive. We keep things super aggressive, and boom. Okay. I feel like Caterpie or Paia 2 is in need of a heal. And we still haven't bought those Pokeballs, so if we run into a Pokemon that we want that's rather rare, then we're going to be in a bit of trouble. So So I think we should return to the town. Which I know is a bit OCD. A bit crazy to do. But trust me, it's important. This is how I usually play the game too. Trust me, it's optimal. Trust me, it's optimal. Oh. Well, I can take care of, like, 2 of these. I like how they can appear in hordes. Okay, Pick-a-Peck is, like, super strong. The gameplay is so fun that I can understand how you would end up overleveled. Or, I guess it's fun. Fun is the right word. But yeah, thinking about those consumer laws, you can understand why some people just decide to run to another country. But I don't think you can run to another country and then get protected by those consumer laws. Like, I don't know if you know, if you make a copyright infringing game and then you run to, say, like, Spain to dodge the consequences, I don't know if those consumer laws apply to you if you're not a Spanish citizen. So I wouldn't recommend trying that. That's my conclusion that I'm trying to impart onto you. But if you just so happen to be born in Spain or Brazil or another place with actual consumer protection, then why not take advantage of it? That seems logical to me. Oh, and I forgot to buy more Pokeballs, so back we go. See. Welcome to the Pokemon shop. What do you want to buy? Pokeballs. Like, the number of items is invalid? 9? 1. So you can only buy them in packs of 9, which is... Oh no, there was another slot. There was another digit. I didn't move to the other digit and move, and then consequently move it up 1. Alright, let's continue the adventure. There's a lot of vines here. I wonder what move will let me get Pokemon out of that. Oh, Abra. We have to catch this one. Okay, so Teleport doesn't instantly end the battle, which is good. That makes this much easier to work with. But this looks like one of those technical Pokemon that'll be super fun to use. Yes, we're gonna call you John Stoney, which is the freshwater crocodile. Crocodilus John Stoney. I don't know why I have that off the cusp of my brain, or I can just repeat that off the cuff. But I do have the list in case we forget about the other ones. I can't wait. I personally can't wait to add Crocodilus siamensis to our team. Maybe one of these guys will actually be a crocodile. Okay, we are rapidly approaching Butterfree timing. Yeah, so I mentioned like a few hours ago that my social anxiety is being curbed a little bit. And one of the things that I did to curb that anxiety was actually to join. It was one of those volunteer call bank things. A Twitch streamer was running one of those. And I thought, you know, this would be a great opportunity to practice phone calls, since typically I'm bad at phone calls. You know, I have a hard time talking to people. I get super nervous, which is a common Zoomer affliction, I think. But that aside, you know, when you think about that logically, like, utilizing a call bank or a call drive for it was for votes, right? You call for votes. Utilizing that to socialize or to get over social anxiety is definitely a terrible idea, because you are playing the role of the annoying phone caller that people want nothing to do with. So you are literally walking into a trap. And so I don't know where in my brain I reasoned out that it would be a good exercise to help get over my social anxiety, but still, I participated, and I only made it through 3 calls. Like, 3 people that I could talk to. Well, talk to quasi. Maybe like 5 calls total, because my social battery freaking drained after like 3. But the first caller, maybe a few, just hung up immediately. But then there was one guy, and because I had no stakes in this voter thing, I didn't even know who they were voting for. So there was like no point to join that call bank at all, because, you know, what song is this? Because I have no idea who the guy was that they were voting for. I have no idea why this would help curb my social anxiety. So then what happened was, as soon as I got on the phone, I just started reading random stuff that was on my computer. So like the first guy, okay, the first guy that answered, I was like, oh, I'm doing a call bank for... There was a script. There was even a script for you to read off of. They gave you a script, but it was too complicated for me to click quickly and then, you know, say to the person. And it's also like it's another human being on the phone. Why would you turn yourself into a robot when communicating with another person? It would be on brand for me, so maybe I should have just done that. But like, the first guy, he shows up, and then I'm like, oh, hey, how are you doing? I'm doing a call bank for this guy. I'm not gonna name names to avoid trouble, you know. I don't mess around in that politics stuff. I literally just joined the call bank to practice my socialization. And so I instantly got through to the guy because I kind of broke the script. Like, there's definitely a social script for how you're supposed to do these call banks, right? That it's literally written there. Hello, is your name this? I'm calling to see if you're voting, to see your opinion, not even your opinion, to see if you'll be voting for X person on X day. Like, I've had those calls, you know, sent to me before, right? So I instantly went up to this guy on phone, because you can connect your phone to the computer, and I had it on speaker, and, what did I say? I was like, oh, hey, how are you doing today? I'm calling because I'm part of this phone call bank thing for, and it was just as awkward as this, by the way, because I have no idea how to do the proper. It's like a cell or a standardized cell. So somehow, by saying like, oh, I was like, oh, do you know who this guy is, and do you participate in politics? Like, what is your opinion? I literally said straight up, hey man, what's your opinion on this guy? I'm doing this call bank, and I don't really know who this guy is. I'm just doing it to practice speaking to people. So I just wanted to know what your opinion of him was, and you know, what you think about politics. And thinking back, the guy could have totally interpreted this as some sort of weird neo-marketing tactic, but it really wasn't. And anyways, this guy was like, oh yeah, he gave me his unfiltered opinion. Like, I instantly got to the human. He was like, I used to participate in politics, but then I fell out of it because he used a lot of words. I liked the way he pronounced banal. Like, he had a lot of choice words, and I could tell that he was strongly opinionated on it and kind of disenfranchised. He was a nice guy. And so I just listened to him. I was like, I was kind of consoling him too, which was like not what you're supposed to be doing when you're advertising, which kind of made it funny, but it was just like, here's this guy that's like been burnt by the political system. And this is for the US, and I live in Canada, so I'm not even supposed to be doing this. I don't know if I should be telling you that, but it was literally just to practice speaking to people. And he was super nice. And then he was like, oh, you know, if you call me back in 30 minutes, I can expound on this later. And I could tell this guy had a lot of opinions, and he needed a place to vent. But then I had to say, I'm sorry, man. I'm doing a call bank, so I have to shuffle through people really quickly. Even though I think the guy, I think just listening to him. So I always stressed, in all the calls, I was like, you have a great day. Actually, I think that was how I prefaced the call. I was like, hey, I'm doing a phone bank, so I'm not sure who this guy is, but so anyways, are you having a good day? Like, how are you doing, man? I hope your day's great. And then he was like, I think it was just, it felt kind of nice to talk to another person. I think it actually worked to help me practice speaking, but I made no progress. I was probably actually I was not what they wanted for the actual volunteer voter bank thing. But hey, that's just the first guy. He gave me like raw, unfiltered emotions, and I was like, wow, this is awesome. And I told him, yeah, I understand how politics can be obtuse, and it's totally fair to not want to participate if you know, you find that it's draining. Right? Because you can tell that he cared, or I could tell that he cared a lot about it before. And he was nervous because I was speaking in like my official, my school speech voice, and that I think that sometimes scares people or something. I don't know. I usually get myself into trouble when I use it. But this guy, he was cool. Anyways, he wanted to talk more. He's like, can you call me back in 30 minutes and we can have a longer discussion about it? And I was like, no, I'm actually doing a voter call bank, so I'll have to call you later. And then I hung up the phone, and that I feel kind of bad about it because I was like, wow. But I realized that I had a job to do, and that job was harassing people about who they're voting for a place that I have no real stake in who wins the election there. And it was for like a local election or something. I'm not sure which level of government it was for. Anyways, the second person, let me see if I can do this while playing games. I just stopped there because I thought it was super funny. The second person, right? It was the name, because it when it gives you the script on what to say, it tells you the name of the person you're calling. So I think they have to sign up for it beforehand, or somehow they get your information. And so I saw her name, and when the phone was when she I'm presuming it's a girl because the name looked like a girl, but it could have been a guy. Actually, the name is kind of no. Well, let's just not be presumptive. I'll just use the pronoun it. That should probably that should solve everything. Okay, so when it answered the phone, it was completely silent. And so, because it was completely silent, even after I asked if I was talking to the right person, there goes Metapod, I was like, oh. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. You got all your stats, raised. No, I was like, okay, is this so-and-so? And then there was no response. So then what happened was, instead of just hanging up because there was no response, because I can tell that, you know, since the phone isn't hung up, they're clearly listening to what I'm saying. I went on a little, like, you know, dramatic monologue about how, okay, well, and I was acting like as if no one was there. I was pretending as if no one was there to this person, and you know, they were definitely, my psychic powers, my psychic robotic powers are telling me that. Oh, hold on. Let's get rid of Growl for Supersonic. They were doubled in laughter on the other end of the line, because I was literally laughing because I was like, this is so unserious, because then it just like, I had nothing to say. There was no one to talk to. They were just listening. They were just there listening on the phone on the other side, probably like confused as heck and a little intimidated. And then I started reading the script, but I couldn't actually get through the script because it was so, I had no business reading. I had no care for what was being said. It was so anti-me, and I couldn't act. I'm very bad at acting. So like, there I was being like, I was doubled over in laughter because I couldn't. Every time I read like one line of the script they gave you, I just started laughing because it was just, I couldn't take it seriously. So you have this person just listening to this guy trying to, I don't know, I preface it the same as before, where it's like, oh, I'm doing a voter call thing, and it's for this guy I don't know. So what is your opinion on do you know this guy? Do you want to vote for him? What is your opinion on politics? Some variant of that. And then I just continued. I was like, okay, well, you know, I'm here to read a script out for you. And then I started reading the script, laughed after a line, tried again, laughed again. And I was like, it was, usually I don't genuinely laugh like this, but the situation was so absurd that I know that it was infectiously silly, because we both knew, like, I'm totally projecting onto this person that didn't say a word. This call, it was just me talking and monologuing, and the person didn't say a word at all. And so I kind of employed my streamer brain there, if you think about it. But there I was, doing my talking, then laughing as I'm trying to read this script. So it completely undermines the severity of what I was doing. Like, you know, people usually do this because they have a cause they're fighting for, right? They need they need their political party to win. And I was just here, I guess, trying to talk to people. I don't know. I wanted them to talk to me. I wanted to be like, oh, what's going on? Why? Well, what's happening? But I couldn't. So it was super funny. I'm still laughing thinking about it. And by the time I got through the script, oh yeah, I got through the script, and then still no response. Still no response. They're probably like flabbergasted at the fact that I'm just monologuing into a phone call, because I'm just using it as a place to just talk without having anyone listen, I guess, because they had not made a sound. So then I was like, I'm just gonna assume, because the way the script it gave you was like, okay, here's what you say, and then you look at their responses and you click on the button that most aligns with their response, and then it gives you more things that you can read off of for your script. But they weren't saying anything. So, you know, I should have hung up the phone. But then I was like, okay, I'm just going to assume, like I literally said this verbatim. Okay, I'm going to assume that you did in fact say, yes, I agree with you. I am, oh no, the term was mild, yes, I have mild interest in what was being said. And so I was like, okay, I assume that you have mild interest. I'm gonna click on the the button. So I'm narrating exactly how the script works to them, actually. Being like, okay, I'm just gonna assume you said yes, I'm mildly interested, and I'm gonna click on the button and then read the script there. And then I read the script there. And then by that point, still no response. Still, like, dead silence. And then I was like, oh, okay. Well, I didn't say, oh, okay. Like, I just pretended there was no one on the line. Which is, like, obviously there's someone, but I didn't go aggressive or anything. I wasn't like, oh, you should be talking. I was like, all right, let me just continue yapping, I guess. I'm just gonna guess. I'm gonna guess at what you're thinking. And I think that must have been, that definitely had to be, because they could have just hung up, right? You have to think about it. At any point, they could have just hung up the phone and been like, yeah, I don't want to deal with this. Oh, this cocking up. But I was fortunate enough that they didn't do the hang up. You know, maybe they had it on speaker, or maybe they were muted. But anyways, by the end of it, I was like, oh. Well, you know, I hope you understood what I was saying, and I'm just gonna go now. Like I said verbatim, yeah, I'm just gonna go now, so I hope you have a great day. And then I hung up, and then I continued to do the call bank thing. And those two interactions kind of drained my social battery, you know? And then the third one, the third person that I talked to was like, that was actually normal. Like, they answered, they said, hello, or I was like, hello, is this X person? And they were like, oh, who's asking? And then I just broke. I couldn't do that. When they said who's asking, like, I could tell they were a bit nervous. And then I was like, I just confessed. I confessed straight up, literally everything I was doing immediately. I was like, oh, yeah, so I was doing I'm doing a phone bank thing, and I don't even believe in what the guy's saying, and I don't know. Like, I had a nervous breakdown, I think, right there on the phone. I was like, I don't know this guy. I don't know what his politics are. I'm just doing this to practice my socialization. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, ma'am. I didn't say I'm sorry, ma'am, because that would be rude, but I'm like, that was my vibe. I was like, I'm sorry. I'm doing this to practice socialization, and they gave me a script to read, and here, I'm just gonna throw the script out, and how are you doing? I hope you're having a great day, and, you know, do you know this candidate, and do you have any opinions on him? Because I have no idea, because I don't even know this guy. I'm not even supposed to be I'm literally doing this just to have, just to practice and have fun. And then all she said was, I will not be voting for this person. And I was like, oh, okay. Anyways, that doesn't matter. Here. You know, I was like, that doesn't matter. I hope you're doing great. And let me read for you, because I had the manuscript of the Skypeonics fossil, which I still have open. And on it, because it's from Italy, right? The Skypeonics fossil is from it's from the Platincock formation in, or is it Platinchock? I don't know. Some really well-preserved formation in Italy. And in that manuscript is a quote from Leonardo da Vinci. So then, after she had said, I have no interest in voting for this person, I was completely broken at that point. And I was like, oh. Okay, so that's totally cool. Here's a quote from Leonardo da Vinci to leave you with. And I still have the quote, I think, up here. Yeah, and so it's this random person that I'm supposed to be doing a basically voter call harassment for, and then here I am being like, yes, and I'll just leave you with a quote from Leonardo da Vinci. When nature creates stones, she generates a type of viscous humor that upon drying freezes within it whatever is found, not transforming those things into stone, but conserving them in the form with which they were found. And so I just read that on the phone to this random person that I don't even know, and I think she couldn't take it seriously either, because I couldn't take it seriously. I couldn't take any of these interactions seriously. You know, I probably flabbergasted her by just randomly quoting the Leonardo da Vinci, but if I could run through it again, I would totally say that it was from the Skypeonics manuscript, even though they would have no idea what I'm talking about. And anyways, the only thing she said in response was, stop being so nervous. And then I was like, I hung down my head in shame, and I was like, yeah, thank you. Or no. I didn't even deign to respond to that, because she's probably thinking about how she responds to someone randomly calling you, being like, oh, I'm supposed to be doing this voter call thing, but I have no idea what I'm doing. And here's a quote from Leonardo da Vinci, and then I'm like, and then she was like, stop being so nervous, and then I hung up. And, you know, I'd call that a resounding success of an operation. In helping me get used to phone calls, because I'm very bad at it. I get super nervous, and then I end up me being nervous transfers onto everybody else too. I notice it, and I'm like, no. But everybody can tell when I'm getting frazzled. But even though, like, in terms of achieving the goal of helping support a candidate get votes, I failed miserably in that regard. I still made gains just by virtue of trying to talk to people. And, you know, I'm hoping that I brighten their day a little bit through my antics. Because, like, what else? I don't care who they vote for. It doesn't matter who they vote for, right? Like, politics is personal. And so you can't hold that opinion and then do one of those phone banks. That's nonsensical, I think, because you know, it's a known thing in statistics that survey responders are always going to be the people who have strong feelings. And so it was still even a very small proportion of people within the quite large group of people that were being asked to join this phone bank thing. And I was one of that small sub-selection that tried, but for no other reason than to talk to people. Which seems actually, like, super depressing. But, you know. It was fun. For the 3 things that I tried, and then I got scared out of my wits because I was like, I don't want to keep doing this. I don't want to keep calling people just to socialize. There are probably better venues for it. But anyways, that was my adventure with the phone bank. And I thought that was very fun. Teleport. There's no escape. There's no retreat. Paella 2 will find you. Doesn't matter where you hide, where you run to. The Metapod is rapidly approaching your location. This is the wrong direction. Let's get some fights in. How do you run? Uh-oh, uh-oh. Nope, breakout, breakout, breakout. Alright, well, we have to release that Pokemon. That was an accidental byproduct. I don't know how to run from battles yet. That's unfortunate. You, Whiz bag. P. M. N. Alright, we'll just have to fight. We'll have to fight our way out. We'll have to fight our way through. How do you release Pokemon? Is there like a trash? Can I place you in the trash or something? Like that? Hello? Let me release you. Okay, middle click. Let this Pokemon free. Yeah, we don't want to be holding on to Pokemon that we don't need. That would be very unethical. Am I missing something? Oh, Fluffy is an amazing ability. I think I'll switch out. Pikachu should be able to bypass Fluffy with the special attacks. I do like the speed of Gust. That move, like, hits instantly. Nope, wrong direction. It's very easy to get lost in this forest, huh? We spent like we spent like days and nights here. We got Bug Bite, which is really good. That's actually amazing. This will increase our damage output by a significant factor. And it will allow us to eviscerate this Abra. And then additionally, rob items from rob berries from Pokemon which hold them. So we should definitely hold on to Bug Bite, since I feel like berries are super clutch here. Okay, so the correct path is this way. And once I have this Butterfree... Oh my goodness, look at this. Trainers galore. Fight me. Okay. Oh my god, Fomantis. We must get one of these. Let us assess our Pokédex. Clefairy, not so much. I mean, Clefable is pretty cool. It's a very consistent Pokemon, but... Fomantis would be amazing. We're just gonna switch out. Hopefully one of the berries will have an item with which I can use to heal Metapod. Oh, I just got the number of Last Marta. Cool. So this is an intense waste of citrus berries, but I want my Butterfree. ASAP. And we can collect them again later since I'm replanting them all. Come on. Your goose is cooked, Kakuna. Flying Pokemon crush bug Pokemon. Everybody knows that. Do they? How do you know I'm rocking with the... You know what? What about electric Pokemon? Dude, this gameplay loop is super addicting. Come on. Not even close. Not even close. E-Wave. Probably over Growl. This is the weakest of the attack lowering moves. Fletchling. Okay, let's get Metapod back in here. Alright, Paia too. And so long as I can get the last hit with Paia, we should be able to get it to Butterfree. Oh, perfect. I don't know if evolutions happen mid-battle, so... Oh, they do. Perfect. Perfect. And there's our Gust. So the guy we fought previously made some comment about flying types beating bug types. Well, he couldn't conceive of a bug flying type like Butterfree. Hopefully we get Quiver Dance at some point. We'll get rid of Harden. Oh, and we get Confusion? Oh, this is a huge power spike. Look at how fast that move is. It does make it harder to aim a bit. But look at how how powerful this is. Show me your last Pokemon. Oh, it's a normal ground type. They all have Endure, though. I don't know what benefit this has for... I think Gust and Confusion are at the same speed. And Thundershock must also be. I don't know why my lisp... I'm not usually known for a lisp, but I guess it just happened. Thundershock is also as fast as Gust and Confusion, it appears. Oh, that stat distribution leaves a lot to be desired. Evolution Gust, level 1 Tackle, level 2 String Shot, level 3 Harden. Oh, we can get their whole learn set. That's sick. Yeah, let's correct the move order. And I can feel my voice getting a bit tired, so I think here is a good place to wrap up. We got in a good hustle. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. I'll play this again. I'll also play the Korean Pokemon game again. And next time we'll properly title the stream, which correctly reflects that the game was made in Spain and not Brazil. That is a very embarrassing error, and one we'll have to correct in the future. But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed. I hope to see you around. I'll be making that Mecha Chameleon video, so look out for that in the future. But yeah, that should wrap it up. So until next time, see you later, alligators.